The galactic station Harmony's Rest had hosted countless species across its 300-year existence, but never had its cafeteria staff witnessed what was about to unfold in Residential Wing 7. Rose wiped her hands on her apron, surveying the modest kitchenette she'd managed to cobble together in her quarters. The station's bland, nutritionally optimized paste was driving her insane. 3 months aboard, and she'd finally accumulated enough favors and credits to import real ingredients from Earth. "You're really doing this?" Alex leaned against the doorframe, arms crossed, a skeptical grin on his face. The engineer had been her friend since orientation, and he knew her well enough to recognize the determined glint in her eye. "I haven't had actual food in 92 days. Alex, 92 days of that gray sludge." Rose cracked eggs into a bowl, real eggs, shipped at criminal expense from the lunar colonies. "I'm making pasta carbonara, and nothing in this galaxy is going to stop me. The Zarathians might have something to say about open flames in residential areas, then the Zarathians can file a complaint after I eat." The first sign of trouble came 20 minutes later, when Rose was whisking eggs and parmesan. A small, chittering sound echoed from the ventilation shaft. Alex noticed first. Rose. 3 pairs of luminous eyes blinked from the darkness of the vent, then 3 more, then a dozen. "Oh no," Rose whispered. The cubs emerged like a furry avalanche Keswick younglings, each no larger than a house cat, their 6 legs carrying them in excited bounds toward the kitchen counter. Their species was new to the station, refugees from the Outer Rim conflicts, and their young were notoriously curious. The first cub squeaked, its translator collar crackling with effort. "What makes—" Before Rose could answer, the cub's siblings swarmed the kitchen, their senses twitching, whiskers a-quiver, tiny paws reaching toward the ingredients. "No, no, no, those are raw." Rose scooped up a particularly adventurous cub that had been eyeing the bacon. "You can't eat this yet." Yet meaning soon. Another cub's ears perked up. Alex was laughing now, no help whatsoever. As Rose found herself surrounded by a dozen alien cubs, all chirping variations of the same question. "What is, when is he? Smells make hunger." Rose looked at Alex desperately. "Get their parents." "Already tried messaging," they said, and I quote, "The cubs have chosen you as today's fascination. May your patience be long, human." He grinned. "Apparently, this is an honor." "An honor," Rose muttered, gently removing a cub from the pasta pot. "Right." But as she returned to cooking now, narrating each step to her captive audience, something unexpected happened. The cubs weren't just curious. They were learning. Their questions evolved from simple "what is" to "why he" and "how." One cub, braver than the rest, whom Rose, mentally nicknamed Tiny, watched with particular intensity as she explained emulsification. "You see, the heat from the pasta warms the egg mixture, but you take it off the heat first so the eggs don't scramble. They create this creamy sauce instead." "Human cooking is alchemy," Tiny breathed. "Reverent." Alex snorted. "That's basically what my grandmother used to say." As the pasta finished, the aroma filled the quarters, garlic, pork, cheese, and pepper creating a symphony that had the cubs literally vibrating with anticipation. "Taste." "They see HORUSED." Rose hesitated. She'd researched Keswick dietary restrictions, found that their biology could handle Earth proteins, but still. "I should really ask your parents. We declare ourselves to," Tiny announced, standing on hind legs in a pose that was probably very official in Keswick culture. The other cubs immediately copied the stance, creating a semicircle of expectant, quivering aliens. Rose looked at Alex. Alex shrugged. "When, in space, .. She portioned out tiny samples onto spare plates, watching nervously as 12 cubs approached humanity's culinary offerings. The first bite created silence, then chaos. Flavor, texture variation, temperature gradient. The cubs didn't just eat. They analyzed, their advanced senses picking apart every element. They debated the pepper's heat level, the cheese's crystalline structure, the bacon's umami depth. What Rose considered a simple comfort meal, they treated like a doctoral thesis. The -swine-flesh-crisp-ing creates maladry. The gemosification demonstrates protein donate. Human Roses. Within an hour the cubs' parents arrived, massive Keswick adults whose translator collars carried tones of weary amusement. But when they saw their younglings eagerly discussing thermodynamics and flavor compounds, something shifted in their expressions. The elder, a scarred female named tasted a small portion Rose nervously offered. Silence. Then, "You weaponize pleasure." Rose blinked. "I'm sorry. This is not mere sustenance. This is ... experience. Art, chemistry wielded with intent." Krishtana's ears flattened a Keswick gesture of respect. We eat for fuel. We combine nutrients for efficiency. But you make molecules dance. Alex was recording this on his datapad, grinning like an idiot. On our world, Krishtana continued, we have scientists who study human culture. They speak of your species' strange obsession with transforming raw matter into cuisine. We thought it wasteful, inefficient. She gestured to the cubs, who were still chattering excitedly. We were wrong. You don't just feed you feed curiosity, joy, community. Tiny tugged at Rose's sleeve. Teach-us-more-human-alchemy. And that's how Rose became the station's first unofficial culinary instructor. How Alex became her assistant and official taste tester wrangler. And how a simple craving for pasta carbonara started an interspecies cooking exchange that would eventually spread across 3 sectors. The station logs would later note, humans don't just survive in space. They bring their impossibly complex relationship with food, turning basic chemistry into something the galaxy didn't know it was missing. But Rose preferred how Tiny put it. Human-Rose-makes-atoms-happy-in-our-mouths. Close enough.